Let me just wait for them to join. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Daryl. I'll be the one conducting the course. So I'm the head leadership training in the district, and together with my team from the leadership training group in the district, we will be hosting this course for you. So hello again to those who have joined us in the morning for the BNCOC bridging, and hi to all these new faces that are joining us. I will start off the afternoon by giving you a course introductory brief. So in this brief, I'll just cover some of the basics of NCOC, and then we'll dive straight into the modules and the actual content that will be that the course is supposed to cover lah. So yeah, let's begin. So we're starting early. I was supposed to start at 14:10, but everyone's in. So this is my agenda for today. Today, sorry for the guys in the morning. I'm going to repeat myself. So in the first part of my brief will cover a very broad overview, give you a rough understanding of what NCO course is, how does it fit into your overall character development roadmap in St. John's, and what is basically the plan for you as you develop, or rather finish your 2 years in St. John or 3 years in St. John now as a Sec 3, right? Then we will talk about what the value of NCOC is, how does NCOC equip you to be a better NCO, and how does it equip you to be a better member of St. John. Once I'm done with that, I'll go into a little bit of the course administration, some administrative instructions that we want to iron out before talking a little bit about course expectations, what I hope to see from you, what I hope that you will embody throughout the entire course. And finally, we'll just do a small ice-breaking session and hopefully a bit of self-introduction as a course and as teams, okay? So at any point in time, if you feel that I'm speaking too quickly or I'm speaking too slowly, you can go to the participants option. You should see a participants button at the bottom of your screen. Click participants, and then a panel should open up on the right hand side of your window. And there's the go slower or go faster button. If you click it, it will bump up in my screen, and I will know whether I should slow down or I should speak faster. All right, so this is a leadership roadmap. Basically, it describes to us and to you what are expected of you as you develop from a secondary 1 cadet to a secondary 4 or 5 NCO at the end of your St. John journey, right? And there are 3 main columns, or rather 3 main broad categories of leadership development, represented by the green, orange, and the red boxes. These are self-leadership, team leadership, and thought leadership. Don't worry about what self, team, and thought leadership represents. They are just basically broad categories of particular skill sets that we hope you will develop and you will embody by the time that you graduate. So all of you are actually secondary 3, and so what we are expecting is basically everything secondary 3 and below. And as you move on to secondary 4 and 5, as you move on as an NCO, your next 1 year or 2 years in St. John should prepare you and develop you to fully grow and embody all these traits that have been displayed, less the grayed out part at the top, right? And these are the important skill sets that we think, or rather the important character building modules that we think that you should continue to develop as an NCO. So I think because all of you are secondary 3s, and I will gladly assume that all of you are actually NCOs now, or are appointed as NCOs in the core now, I would like you to take some time to look at this roadmap and perhaps reflect a little on whether you are capable of doing things such as managing team dynamics, such as facilitating positive interpersonal interactions within teams. And what are these teams? Teams are basically you and your squad, right? Or you and the cadets that you're in charge of. Look at whether on a very individual and personal level, can you self-motivate yourself when you are faced with something that is a bit discouraging, when you are faced with challenges? Do you motivate yourself? Do you from time to time reflect on what is wrong with the processes that you have. Yeah, so look at secondary 3 and below and think about whether all these things have actually been um, are actually describing you, okay? And if they're not, then perhaps you might want to screenshot them, note it down. And after that, I would like you to look at the secondary 4 and 5 level and think about, are these things are these things slowly taking shape in you, and whether these are traits and characteristics that are gradually developing in you. Okay, so I would like you to take some time. I'll give you about 3 minutes to do so, and I'd like you to pen it down somewhere. Okay, you can use a computer to type it down, and I'll prefer that if you use a computer to type it down, because then I can collate your response later on. Okay. So the time now is 14:07. We will continue with the brief at 14:10. Right. So just 3 minutes, quickly screen through and think about what do all these things mean to you, and how are they, and if they are not something that you resonate particularly strongly with, perhaps you want to think about what are the steps you need to take to work towards them. One last minute. If there are any of the points that you'd like to clarify, you find it unclear, you can also note it down, or you can just type in the chat and I will clarify them later on. It's registration. Okay, it's 14:10. All right. So whatever you have, just keep it somewhere, minimize the window, put your notebook aside. I'll continue briefing. So if you look at this leadership roadmap, what this roadmap basically describes are the soft skills that we hope that you acquire as an NCO, and that is the yeah. So it's all the soft skills that I require. But at the same time, uh, we acknowledge that as NCOs, you'll need particular hard skills for you to function and perform. So NCO course is a place where it serves as a checkpoint for us to see at the district level whether these soft skills are being developed in you at the core level, and at the same time for us to impart to you certain hard skills certain knowledge and skill sets that we think are important for you to have as you carry out your job as an NCO. All right. And that brings me to the objective of NCO course, which is to equip you with the relevant knowledge and skill sets so that you can perform your job as an NCO properly. You can help your core, help the core officers and your teachers function, and help them make sure the core functions. So these are the modules that now, after the brigade transformation, will be taught to you as NCOs. And so all of you are here for the ANCOC bridging, which means that most of you have been to your zone's previous BNCOC. And I understand that there might be a certain level of mismatch between what was taught at a zonal level in the past and what we are going through now. Apart from the leadership styles module under leadership and management, I have decided that it's not important for all of you to join in for the ranks and appointment and method of instructions lecture for under the basic course. What I will do, however, is that I will send the links of the recorded lectures to you so that you have access to them. And those of you who think that you need some sort of upgrading in that area, you can go ahead and learn. I'd like to emphasize that this is really, I'm leaving it up to you because I think you are mature enough as an NCO to go ahead and ensure that you are updated and you are proficient in this area, in this knowledge, in these skills. Okay. So in general, there are 4 modules that we are going to present to every single cadet. So it's not just you, but remember, these are the things that will also be taught to your juniors. And it's important that you now as NCOs bear this in mind. And I'll explain to you, given that you are leaders of a corps now, why are these in place? So firstly, rank and appointment. So why do we teach rank and appointment? It's important that all NCOs know and have the basic understanding of protocol, of regimentation, so that whenever in a foreign environment, the NCOs can take the lead to properly accord whatever protocol is needed, which is why we are teaching ranks and appointment. Presentation package. Presentation package basically equips you with the skill sets needed to deliver a lesson. So in BNCOC, we learn method of instruction. And this is important when we are delivering practical skills. So for example, we teach how to tie a bandage. We teach the very practical aspect of first aid. Teach the very hands-on aspect of foot drill, of home nursing, for example. Right? That is done at the BNCOC level. As you progress into ANCOC, we go into a more abstract skill, which is presentation of just pure content, theory-based knowledge. And together, after you have done both BNCOC and ANCOC, I'll expect that you're proficient in teaching a lesson. Teaching a lesson that encompasses both the theory, for example, when there's a fracture, what is the theory behind a fracture? A fracture is a broken bone. What are the principles of treatment behind a fracture? For example, that will be to immobilize the fracture, right? And why do we do this? All these are concepts that we need to teach. But at the same time, you need to incorporate the skills they learn from MOI to teach them how do you tie an arm sling, for example. And that's a step-by-step approach that's very practical based. All right. So after you have finished this module and presentation package, then you will be good enough as an NCO, equipped with everything you need to deliver a lesson in this sense. Leadership and management is a very big focus over here. And which is, so in BNCOC, we expose you to different leadership styles, right? And that's why in this course, I made it mandatory for you to also go for the lecture on leadership styles, because that forms the basis of 2 modules that we will be teaching AN, which is team building and management, as well as facilitation skills through debriefing. So in the leadership style lecture, we will just very broadly touch on different kinds of leadership styles, create a kind of awareness for you to understand that different people have different inclinations for leadership styles. And it also helps you as an NCO to look at your cadets, look at your juniors to understand what is their inclination and how and what kind of leaders they are. And only when you are able to identify that both for yourself and for others, then we can talk about team building. We can talk about how do you manage a team of leaders? How do you manage a team of cadets? And how do you manage yourself as a leader? We can talk about facilitation, about debriefing. How do we utilize what we learn in leadership styles and use it in this kind of context, which is why I think it's very important that you have this foundational knowledge from the leadership styles lecture. So I'm going to repeat it myself later, but I'm going to say it now that next Saturday, there will be this lecture from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Then you guys can go off and come back in the afternoon for the rest of the lectures while we continue with the BNCOC's course. All right. The last module is basically planning. Over here is packaged as program planning, but the skill set is actually way beyond that. Whatever we learn in program planning helps you plan for events. So as NCOs, definitely gonna plan for events, right? You're gonna plan for public duties. You're gonna plan for camps. You're gonna plan for games day, promotion tests, lessons, whatever. Okay, so the skills that we're going to teach you, the framework that we're going to teach you can be applied for all these. But at the same time, there's an extension to this, which is basically project management. How do you manage a project? For example, your teacher wants you to create a first aid syllabus from scratch. The teacher wants you to create a promotion criteria from scratch. How do you go about doing this? These are the applicable extensions that we can think about. And we hope to equip you with a certain scaffolding to work on. Okay? At this point in time, I've spoken a lot. Are there any questions? Okay. Am I speaking too quickly? Am I okay? I see not. I don't see any head shakes. All right. Give me a moment to reply a message from someone. What's the name? I see left already. Zheng Si, if you are there, I saw a message. Yeah, please go ahead. Okay, so now I'm done with the first part of my brief, which was to give you an overview of why you are here, what we are trying to do here. So now we're just going to dive into some admin details. So basically, very simple. The course is today, next week, followed by some assessments that will be done through a coursework and a theory test. More on that later. School uniform, I can see all of you are in school uniform. Thank you very much. So obviously the lectures will be on Zoom. All these lectures will be recorded, like I said, together with the BNCOC lectures. So you guys can go ahead and review them accordingly for your own learning. It will be there forever. So anytime throughout your NCO sheet, you think you need a refresher, go ahead and look at them. All right, so just some minor details to iron out. All of your names are in this format, so that's good. So this whole username thing is basically a security concern. We just want to make sure that we can identify who you are and we let the correct people in. There have been some security breaches using online platforms and stuff like that, so we want to avoid that and protect everybody. Thank you for all of you that are on your webcam. I see that actually most of you are on our webcams, and it's really purely for us to look at you and at least get an immediate response. So when you guys are nodding, when you guys are shaking your head, it really helps us as I'm just talking to the computer now. All right. Some of you want to put on virtual backgrounds, go ahead. Nothing inappropriate. I'm sure as NCOs, this is something that you already understand, and this is also something that you expect from your cadets. We will try to adhere to 45 minutes on screen, 15 minutes off screen for you to take a break. As the guys that join me in the morning will know, I expect you to take a physical break. I don't want you to go off the screen, stare at your phone, go off the screen, open YouTube and watch a YouTube video, watch a Netflix video, play some games. Please go and rest your eyes. It's very important. Every single break, I'll have a task for you to do to make sure that you're doing a break. Okay. Finally, microphone. Yep. So all of you are muted. If there's anything, like for example, we say that it's open to you guys to share. Just unmute yourself and identify yourself so that at least we know who is speaking and I can address you back. I don't need to like, who are you? Yeah, and definitely, I will ask you to unmute yourself. And if so, just please go ahead and don't be afraid to share. Okay. All right. So this is a small course, and it's a very short course. So I expect 100% for lectures, attendance for lectures. Attendance will be marked twice at the start of every lecture based on the participants list, and second time through a quiz that we will send to you immediately after the lecture. So it's just a Google form. You go in, you write, you fill in the questions, and it helps us check your understanding. It gives you a platform to ask questions, and we will clarify them on the spot. Yeah, and if for any reason, there's a reason why you cannot attend, I'm fine with it. Just inform me via your email. May not be MC, I might be something. I just received a text message. Yeah, but I'll prefer that you drop me an email early. So next Saturday, if you have something on you cannot attend, drop me an email early so that at least I'm aware. And also inform your teachers and your officers so that when I inform them, it will be like new news to them. Okay. So this is the schedule for today. After this brief, there will be 2 lectures. First one on program planning, second one on presentation. At the same time today, I will release the coursework to you all. The coursework will be a program planning coursework that will also assess your presentation skills, okay? So we'll talk about it at the end of the day. Next week, like I said, in the morning, you'll join the BNCOC, your BNCOC juniors at the leadership styles lecture by Tony. Then come back in the afternoon to complete the module, team building and management lecture by Tony, and finally facilitation skills by myself. Then we have a quick Q&A session. So that's where you can clarify your questions, especially for the theory test. And then we'll just brief you, we'll just top up some administrative details about your coursework, clarify some questions, because 1 week into the coursework, definitely you have some issues that you want to iron out with us, right? Any questions at this point in time? Okay, next thing, slides. So all the slides that we are going to use will be on Google Classroom, all right? So you can access these slides, just go to Google Classroom website, key in this code. This code, you can find it in the administrative instructions that I sent to you. Key in and then you have access to all the slides, all right? The slides that are being shared to you are the standardized slide deck, which is distributed at the headquarters level. A lot of the sharing that we will be doing at a district level has been have added content. Okay, we basically improve the slides and enhance the slides according to what we hope to see our NCOs in our district have. So apart from reviewing the materials and downloading these resources, I highly encourage you during the lectures to pay attention and as well as take notes, especially those things that are not in the slides. Okay, the slides basically just act as a very fundamental guideline of what needs to be done, but ultimately whatever is being tested, whatever we expect from you, especially in the coursework, will come from what we are delivering. Okay, just a brief note on assessment. So theory tests, we'll test all your module content. So this will include basically for you guys, everything other than the ranks and appointment and MOI. Coursework will be on, like I said, a program planning together with a presentation aspect. You'll be recorded and you'll submit it to us and we will grade it accordingly. And then, yeah, we have a Q&A session next week for the iron it out. More on the coursework later. All right, so as you are going to do your coursework, you'll be doing your coursework in groups. Also, this will also be the groups that you will be working in for these 2 days. Okay. As far as possible, we try to distribute the course, but because of the number of cadets in each core, most of the groups will have people from Kranji, like 3 of y'all, and then one person from Hwa Chong, because just the numbers lah, okay? So take note of your groupings. Later on, whenever there are group activities, we'll break you into these groups and y'all can familiarize yourself within the groups. Your coursework assessment will be done together in these groups with the 5 of you collaborating. Okay, so don't worry about this. Later on, we will sort you out into the groups for you to familiarize yourself and get to know each other. Okay, so this is group 1, 2, and 3. I have 4, 5, and 6. If your name is not here, don't panic. Okay, I'll leave it on for another 5 seconds. Okay, group 4, group 5, group 6. Okay, so at this point in time, if anyone's name appeared twice or anyone's name is not here, can you please text me now or unmute yourself and voice out now? Okay, no one. I assume no one. There shouldn't be any mistake. Huh? Okay, so now that we know your groupings, you need to give me some time. I need to sort out some. I will later break you into your breakout rooms, and we will do a quick icebreaker in the breakout rooms with amongst your group, so that at least you get to know each other. Okay. All right. So now I'm done the course admin. I'm going to go through some brief expectations before we dive into the icebreaker. So this will be a more solemn topic. My expectations are very simple. My expectations are not plucked from nowhere. My expectations are built based on whatever the leadership roadmap requires of you. Okay. And like I said, you guys are NCOs and I have higher expectations because right now, at this point in time, you are already leaders of the core. Okay. So three main things. The guys from the morning session will realize that it's the exact same thing I'm going to say because to me, expectation of an NCO is the same, right? So I shared the same thing with your BN juniors. So those of you in core, when you go back and talk to your Sec 2 friends, your Sec 2 juniors, they will have heard the same thing as I delivered this morning. Ownership and responsibility. I want you to take ownership of your own learning. So like I said, you're an NCO. My job here is to share with you what I know. My job here is to share, or rather, our job here as instructors is to share with you our experiences in St. John and out of St. John, and I hope that through our sharing, it will benefit you and benefit you as an NCO. This course is very chill, okay? I'm not going to scrutinize you. If you don't want to talk, I'm not going to force you to talk. But like I said, it is your own learning that you need to take ownership of. All right. And this links me to the next point, which is responsibility. As NCOs, you are responsible for yourself and you are responsible for your cadets. You're also responsible for your fellow NCOs who are together in this with you. Be responsible to yourself such that you're able to account for yourself and you know that you are at this level of responsibility and you know that you're of this certain level of competency for you to deliver the required task and whatever is demanded of you. Be responsible to your cadets because they are entrusted to you. You need to be up to the level that is expected of you so that you can take care of them properly. Be responsible to your friends who are here for their learning because they are the ones that will do things together with you and help you train your cadets, help you develop your core. All right. In essence, what I'm trying to say is that this is not for me, but this is really something that is important to you, more important to you than it is for me. All right. And by extension, I hope that you will respect yourself as an NCO, respect yourself as a senior of the core, respect yourself as a leader of the core, and respect your friends here who are your fellow leaders. Respect your friends here who are also here with this hope to improve themselves. And lastly, just respect my time and respect my fellow instructors' time and effort for delivering this thing. So I'm fine if you think that's unimportant, just don't be disruptive, right? If you really think this is useless, I mean, you are NCOs, I'll leave it up to you. Just drop me a text, say that, sir, I don't think this is useful. I will do the assessment as required and you can go off. I'm chill with that. Okay, just be accountable and just be respectful in that sense. And lastly, I think this is something that I don't have to elaborate on much to a group of NCOs, which is integrity. All right, integrity is a baseline expectation. All right. Most importantly, during the coursework, integrity means that you play your part and you don't write on others and claim their work to be yours. I think that is my one and only thing that I want to tell you. All right, in terms of theory tests, I shouldn't have an issue with any of you copying and basically replicating answers from others without putting their own effort to go and find the answers themselves. All right, so that's very briefly my course expectations. Three simple things that I demand, and I think and I'm confident that you should already embody by this time in the leadership journey in St. John. Okay, any questions on my expectations or the course admin? Okay, good. So now that we're done with that, let's just take another 15 to 20 minutes to do a short introduction and icebreaker, and then take a short break, and then we'll go into the lectures. Okay, so I've spoken a lot. But I just want to let you know how and who am I and where we come from. So this is the district structure. Basically, the district handles a lot of things, right? The district's like an execution arm for HQ to make sure that syllabus are being delivered appropriately in the core. So my job is basically the head of leadership training in the district. And primarily for you as NCOs, my job is to ensure that our NCOs are competent in terms of being NCOs lah. So in terms of your soft skill development, your hard skills development. So the district is new, but in the years to come, I will work with your core officers to ensure the development of your juniors. And if you join us the year after to be officers, then I'll be working with you to do that. All right. Together with me, I have a team of 3 other people. So I have Xinghui and Cheng Rong as well as Tony. All right. Tony is not with us now, but in the meantime, I'll let Xinghui and Cheng Rong introduce themselves. Xinghui.
So hi guys, I'm Costa Officer Grade 5 Ng Xinghui, and I came from Choa Chu Kang Core. So I recently graduated from Serangoon JC, and I'm currently working in the Singapore Army. Yeah, so Cheng Rong.
Alright, hi, I'm also graduated from CCK. So I just graduated from Yan Poly, currently waiting for my national service. And yeah, actually I'm done with my presentation. So we move on to Tony as well as Daryl.
Maybe it's my thing. Anyway, so yeah, I'm Daryl. Tony is not around. Tony is currently volunteering with officer training course, but you'll see him next week for 2 good lectures. I'm Daryl. I graduated from Hwa Chong in 13 as a Sec 4, and then I went on to OTC and continued serving then 2014 onwards. So this is my 10th year in St. John. When counting this year, this is my 11th year in St. John. I've been doing leadership training development since I commissioned as a grade 6 in J1, and I find it very meaningful. In fact, so my job has been to develop NCO course syllabus lah. So whatever you are looking at now, these are basically the things that I've been generating since I was a grade 6 officer in Zone 7. All the way throughout transformation, I joined the committee to look at this syllabus and review it, and I incorporated things from other zones, and this is what we have today. So yeah, right now I'm a uni student. I do biology. I'm in my 2nd year and I'm graduating next year, and at the same time I'm working for the Air Force. Yeah, I'll let Tony introduce himself to you guys next week when he's with us. Okay, so now we are going to go into icebreakers. We'll do this later. Sorry, we do this first. I'll do this first. Okay, so these are some items I have here. I have 10 items. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break you up into your teams in breakout rooms. So later you will receive a prompt to join your breakout room, right? In your breakout room, there will be the 5 of you or the 6 of you. Sorry, the 5 of you or the 4 of you. The 5 of you or the 4 of you, all I need you to do is go look for all these things, hold it in front of the camera, someone take a screenshot. All right, I'll send you a link later. Then we'll just upload the photos onto the link. Okay, so give me some time. I need to go and break you up into your breakout rooms. How many groups I have? 6, right? Okay, the rooms are now set up. I'll break you all up. There is for group number 4. For group number 4, I think there is a missing person. She's trying to join, but she's Sabrina from Danyan. She's trying to join. I'll try to add her in once she's in. Okay. The rest of you, I'll give you 2 minutes. Y'all can go around. Y'all can decide who takes what, and just take a photo. Then I will send the link. I will blast out the link, and then y'all will go. Someone just take a screenshot and upload it on the link. Okay. And go. Wait, the Sabrina trying to join. They never join, it's okay. Dan Xuyen. Yeah, never mind. I signed already. They will join. They join later can already. Need to send the link. Need to send the link. What's the link? What's the link? So. Hey, come, we take photo. No, so take photo one. We just take selfie. No lah, siao. No lah, sit down lah, screenshot lah, friend. Oh, hold table. Okay, screenshot. Smile. Okay, done. Okay, I go upload. Yeah, go.
Sorry, I was kicked out just now, and do I join back to the breakout rooms?
Yeah, you can join the breakout room.
How do I join back?
Sorry, Tan Yen, right?
Yes,
Just give me a while.
thank you.
No problem. There was in group 2.
I never join. I never send me.
No, never.
Oh, I cannot assign him already. Done. Oh, okay, can. Group 2 ah. Okay, join. Send already. Can you say something into the mic?
Test.
I cannot hear.
Test. The Tan Yen can hear me just now. Test. Or maybe he heard me from your side.
Say something.
Test.
Can hear you. Okay. Just now I cannot hear anything. Very confused. Are you in the breakout room? Salt.
Bottle of salt.
Okay, I'll go grab a bottle of salt and shampoo.
Okay, thanks, Jeremiah.
Hi, Shian, can you hear me?
Yes, I am kicked out whenever I pressed it. Like whenever I'm assigned to a room, I was kicked out immediately.
Oh, okay. Just give us a moment. We'll troubleshoot.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, at least it's from Sanji, so it's not that bad. She's from group what? The Xuyen? No one go to the link. I noticed. Never mind. Hi, so I think everyone's back into the main room. Can you hear me? Right? Yeah, so you want to receive the link that I sent you? Okay, if never, the link is in the chat again. Can go to this link. Someone in the group just upload the screenshot. This will be one of the few photos that we take. So it's like a photo montage to call your attendance here, I guess. Yeah, so I hope that this small activity help you get to know each other very quickly. At least now you can recognize each other's faces. I understand that there are some people who are not around. That's fine. You contact them separately. I understand there's Sabrina from Dunyan. She's the only one. I'll link you guys up. Okay. So all you need to do when you go to the link, just someone go down to the bottom right corner, click a plus, then you will get a tab. Then there's the upload button. Just upload a file. Okay. Yeah, you can enlarge it whatsoever. So while the one person from each group is doing this, we'll move on to our second activity, which I hope to quickly go through because we are running short of time. I'll send you another link in the chat now. Basically, I hope to get a rough feeling about from everyone, a rough gauge from everyone. So the rest of you who are not doing anything as of yet, go on to the second link that I just sent. Over here, I have the same website, basically for you to think about, are you ready to be an NCO and why? And this is why I asked you to reflect upon the leadership roadmap that I was sharing just now. Perhaps you can share with us what do you think is in you already. What kind of qualities are you exhibiting right now? What are the gaps that you think you might have? So all you need to do, like I said, just click a plus, write down your name, give me a yes or no, and then type something. Well, thanks. Group 2, Group 4, I see your post. Group 3, I see your post as well. Why you all never smiles? So funny. So don't just say yes or no. Please elaborate why yes, why no. Yeah, give a brief elaboration. Our instructors will do our part, but we will answer a different question. They will answer, are you ready to be an officer? Notice group 1 and group 6 didn't upload your photo. It's okay. It's fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'd rather you focus on this activity. So I'm seeing a lot of responses. I'm getting a very mixed response. So we have people who are confidently saying yes. You feel you might not feel that you are 100% competent. You know, be 100% confident, but you think that you are ready. I think that's good. Some of you saying maybe, you know, not too sure. Some of you saying no, that you don't have the leadership qualities and things like this. That you still can improve. I think that's fine, and I hope that at the end of this course, I can give you the confidence or rather the skill sets that you learn, you can give yourself the confidence to become a good NCO that your juniors will look up to. Right? There's no right or wrong answer. Or rather, there's no judgment involved here. Those of you who are typing, do continue to type. I think it's important to reflect. I'm glad to see some of you. I'm glad to see that some of you take on a very macro perspective about how NCO-ship is actually a journey that you need to go through, and I completely agree with you. So at this point in time, I think it's important, and let's hear from some of you. Yes, Jerusha, raise your hand. Why do you raise your hand? You want to speak, or you just press.
Accidentally.
Oh, okay. But okay, now just since you raised your hand, why don't you share with us your response? Where's your response? Let me find it. I never see you type. Hello, Jerusha, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I can't type. There's an issue. That's why.
Oh, okay, no problem. So I think just unmute yourself and share with us. Do you think you're ready to be an NCO, and why yes or why no?
No, because I don't think so. I've met the qualities of becoming as becoming an NCO.
So when you say that you don't think that you have met the qualities of being an NCO, what qualities are you referring to? Do you think you need more experience in making decisions? Do you think that
More experience in the decision.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Okay, so decision making. I agree, decision making is a very big part in NCO-ship. As NCOs, as NCOs or as leaders, basically you need to make difficult decisions. Sometimes decisions sometimes you have to make unpopular choices. Sometimes you need to make hard decisions that don't really sit well with yourself, because it's painful to you to do it. And I was sharing with your juniors in BNCOC this morning that I feel that decision making, the conflict when it comes to making decisions, this is something that will always stay with us. I think until this age, I continue to face every day. Every day you face challenges in making decisions, but it's okay. I would think that it comes with experience, and Jerusha, I hope that as you continue your journey here with us in St. John, with your friends, with your juniors, they and yourself will give you the confidence to make decisions better. And in fact, decision making is a very big part of it. And if you recall the leadership roadmap, some of you might see that decision making is something that we hope that you take on as a self leader at a secondary 2 to secondary 3 level, where you make sound and responsible decisions, where you reflect on your own performance. Okay. So thank you for sharing, Jerusha. Does anyone else like to share what they think of themselves as an NCO? How do you evaluate yourself as an NCO? How about Sean? Sean, you have this interesting response here. Being an NCO is a tough job. NCOs must be confident and competent in what they do. You don't think that it's you have the confidence in being an NCO? Sean, are you here? Yeah, Sean. Why do you say so? Why do you think you're not confident enough, and you think you need more time?
Because I feel that soft skills is very important. Like
I agree.
how to communicate yourselves, communicate your points effectively, and
Okay.
I don't think I'm able to do that well yet.
Okay. So, so how do you think that you can go about doing that? and I believe that you're from Hwa Chong, right? So the POP was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So now you are officially NCO. Day one of NCO-ship, and I'm here. I'm gonna ask you. So from here on, what do you think you need to do to ensure that you have that you build this confidence to become an NCO?
I think I need to step up and
Okay.
try to think of ways to lead the call better so that I can train my leadership skills.
Okay. Yes. So I agree with you. That yes, you need to look at opportunities that you may have and step up. So very importantly, I think one of the key things that we're trying to drive here is that you need to be, like I said just now, you need to take ownership and take responsibility for your own personal development, right? So we can't help you with that. Okay. So this morning I got Chen Rong to share a response. Now can I get Xing Hui to share her response? Where's the response? Up higher. Oh, okay, here. Yeah, Xing Hui, can you share with us why do you think you're ready to be an officer?
Okay, so like what I said, I also have a lot to learn because I'm still a junior officer. But then through the experiences I've been through, like in my cadet days and also like in my early officer days, I think I can confidently say that I'm ready to be an officer right now. Yeah, based on like the values I believe in and such.
So Xing Hui, so as you read the responses from our cadets here, do you have anything to say to them? Okay. I think I made your job easier. I think I've said I think I've said most of the things. I'll just share. I agree with a lot of you here. That you may feel that you're not ready. You may feel that there's a lot more to be learned, and I think that's a great attitude that you yourself are clear of your shortcomings. Fine. What I will hope that you can do is to also acknowledge that you are good in your own ways and that you have certain traits and qualities that your juniors can model after all, right? You can say that you are not confident. You can say that you are like that you lack the communication skills. You can say that you lack the decision making skills. Yes, fine, but there will definitely be a part of you that is worthy of the respect of your juniors and worthy of you mentoring your juniors. So what are those? Just based on your experiences as a senior, your knowledge in first aid, your knowledge in food drill, all these things, they are basically what defines you as a person, right? Ultimately, so do not be any less of a person. Do not think any less of yourself as an NCO, especially since you're already in this position. Okay, I hope that you will be confident, carry yourself as an NCO, and things will come your way. And I wouldn't say things will come your way, but rather your values and your attitude should align. All right. So over here in my own response, I share that it's an appointment. NCO-ship is an appointment. To me, an officership is an appointment as well. I mean, rank, okay, fine. Rank, appointment, whatever. I think it's just a title ultimately. Okay, but it is who we are that really defines whether we are NCO or whether we are an officer or whatever, or whether you're a cadet. Okay, and to me, I acknowledge that I have a lot of things to learn. Even when I look at the leadership roadmap that is meant for cadets, I think there are certain areas that I can continue to develop, and these are all work in progress. All right, I think ever since I've graduated from high school, from secondary school, there are things that I continue to improve on, and over the years, I start to acknowledge that I've improved in these areas, but there are also areas that I need to develop. But very, very importantly is that you need to acknowledge what you're good at. And by looking at what you're good at and knowing that these are the things that define you, and these are the things that can command the respect of your juniors, I hope that this gives you the confidence to become an NCO and to carry yourself appropriately. Okay, so one thing, one common theme that we have been talking about this entire hour is learning, right? I've been telling you over and over again, your ownership, your responsibility, your respect for yourself. We have talked about how you continually improve yourself and become a better NCO, to become a better leader for others. So to me, I define this very simply, which is a desire for excellence. Okay, I want to make sure that whatever I do it to the best of my abilities, and I don't let down myself, and I don't let down the people that are supposed to benefit from me. And I think ultimately, if you can carry this kind of attitude with you, you will do well as an NCO, and you don't have to worry. Okay, so to those of you over here who write no, to those of you over here who wrote maybe, this link is not going to close. Okay, this link will always be there. You can save this link, you can put it somewhere, you can bookmark it or something. Okay, I hope that at the end of the year, for example, or at the end of your NCO sheet, maybe I'm not going to be there to remind you, but you can look at this, or if you chance upon this link, yeah, then maybe we can reflect a year later on, who are you now, and do you think that after you have completed your NCO term, you have become an NCO? So this is something that I hope this course can help do for you. All right, yeah, so you can bookmark it, and it'll be there. All right, so over and a bit, now it's 3:05. That's all for the icebreakers we have today. Now we're going to go for now we'll go for a short break, and then we'll come back for lesson. So the next lesson will be program planning, but by Xin Hui ma'am. So 15:05. Let's